in. This is a pretty exciting video, so I just want to welcome everybody to the channel. This is definitely interesting, so I appreciate everyone who is waiting here, but like I just said, everybody that's in here, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for waiting. It definitely took me a couple of minutes to get ready for this video because Ford has kind of essentially made some mockery of the SUV, some people have been saying. Okay, so I've been looking into this for a couple of days, and I didn't believe it at first at all. So someone said, hey, you know, Ford has an SUV coming out. It's like a Mustang SUV. Now I was like, okay, I don't buy it, but I'm going to go look into it. So I went looking into it, saw some pictures, and apparently it's true. So Ford is releasing an electric SUV that's supposed to be out for 2020. It's going to leak, and all the specs are going to come out later on this year. They're going to announce it in 2019 at one of the auto shows. It's electric only, from what I'm hearing. And it has the Mustang front end. Now, they're going to call it a Mustang SUV. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I believe it. But if you ask me, I think it looks great. I really do. I think it looks awesome. It's right there on the screen. I don't know if I would say that it's a great idea to call it the Mustang SUV. I don't know. It's kind of odd. And it's kind of odd that it looks like a Mustang from that perspective. But looking at it just as what it is on screen, the picture of the SUV, and not thinking about the Mustang at all, or thinking about what the Mustang looks like, just picturing the SUV and blocking everything else out, it looks great. And I think it looks like a mixture of a Mustang and a BMW X5M. And that's just my opinion, but I think it looks absolutely great. I want to welcome everybody in here to the chat. What's up, Ram Rebel TRX? Rico, BT4B4. It's a crazy name, but I try to remember it every time. Jeremy66, Zach Phillips, Fish Sticks, Bad SRT, Classic Cars, Jose, Juan, and Dave. What is going on, guys? So the question is, will Ford release that SUV looking identical to the picture, and will it have a performance variant? Now, I do believe it's going to look like the Mustang on the front end. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to look like that. Now, that doesn't mean I don't want it to, because that is exactly what Ford needs to release. But I just find it hard to believe they would release something that awesome and that epic. So what I think we're probably going to get is something similar to maybe that, or here is a image of Ford testing the SUV. So we know that it's going to be short in the back end, but does that look anything like that? Probably not. The front end could sort of resemble it to a degree. You can see the lights right here on the Mustang, or the Mustang front end. It's got like the slanted lights. And you can see if you look right here in the yellow marker, right down below the headlight, you can see that marker lines up with the grille opening on this picture, if you look at them both. So it's going to look like a Mustang maybe in the front end, but I don't think it's going to look anything like that. And that's unfortunate, because if the SUV came out looking like that, it might actually outsell BMW, because Ford is really selling their Explorer like crazy. People are waiting for the Bronco to come back. They could put the EcoBoost in that, making 450 horsepower, and that's what BMW has. BMW has a turbo V6 in their X3M. Their X5M, I'm not exactly sure. I know at one point in time they were sharing with the M5, M3 series. So if you think about it, they're basically in the market for BMW and Mercedes. So if they had released that SUV, or if they do, or if that's a variant, which I'm not sure, then they might actually do well for themselves on this, because that actually looks quite good. I just not so sure if Ford's actually going to do that. Yes, the four-door Mustang is still a thing, unfortunately. The concept, I agree, is beast mode. It does look amazing. I would buy that over a Trackhawk any day, especially if it came with a 500 plus horsepower engine. You'd count me in, and they could just take a Raptor engine and tune it up a little bit. They could definitely get 500 out of it, because I mean, the Raptor engine and the GT engine are very similar, different turbos, a few different things internally that I'm not going to get into in this video, but they really could upgrade the turbos on the Raptor and make 550 with no problem. So that very well could be a 550 horsepower SUV, and it could look like that, and it would outsell everything, because that SUV right there on the screen is fucking awesome. The problem is, like I said many times, I don't see Ford doing it. This is actual photos of the SUV covered up. That could be another SUV. It really could. But if you look at the side marker below the headlight, it looks like a Mustang front end. We'll have to wait and see, though. All-wheel drive Mustang, I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, that thing does look sick. Even people in here that don't like Mustangs are loving it. What's up, Hemi Muscle? I'm in the... Dave says he's on the way to D.C. in the air. Safe travels, buddy. Oh, you can only chat but no video. Oh, that sucks. I'll have to say what's up to you in chat right now, then. I'm going to type too. There you go. Safe travels for you, Dave. I had to type that in because he can't see it. Okay, so back to the video. What do you guys think? If it comes out looking like that, that's going to be horrendous. I don't think that's going to happen either, but that's just one rendering I found online. I think it looks absolutely hideous. This, we really can't tell what it looks like, although we do know that it does not in any way, shape, or form resemble this. And this is what we want. So, Ford, if you're looking at this video, or if you see it, or Ford fanatics find this video, share it. That's what we wanted. That's what Ford should have released. I would sell my truck for that, possibly. I might even trade in my red eye for that. I would consider that over a Mopar. I really would. It's just unbelievably gorgeous. Like that right there, whoever rendered that car should be designing for Ford. Fortunately, it's not going to happen. At least I don't think it is. But I've got high hopes that it could look something similar, and it would be awesome. Now, what we do know about this SUV is there's going to be an electric version. So it's going to be all electric. It's going to be like Tesla. And then hopefully we have a performance variant. Maybe the performance variant will sort of resemble this because let's be honest, this looks like an X5M with the Mustang front end expanded and put on it. So it would be great if that is what they were going to do, but I think Ford's going to be much more tame on the situation. Yeah, Ford is going to kill sales with only dealing with electric. Now, what's up, Zach? What's up, Hellcat Josh? What's up, El Ray, Jose Ortiz, Ryan Payne? Listen, I'm going to go on a little bit of, not really a tangent, but just an explanation. There's a lot of talk about how electric SUVs are friendlier for the environment. Number one, global warming. It's a crock of crap. And I'll get into that in another video. Believe me, it would take us 3 or 4 more hundred years of driving gasoline vehicles to even affect the ozone. We'll let that for another topic. We'll leave that for another topic. Electric vehicles are not necessarily better for the environment. You can't junk an electric vehicle the way you can a gas vehicle. You can't with all the batteries in it. And if you get in an accident, the battery explodes, then what? Look it up. Batteries are not necessarily that safe, and there's scientists that are now out there that are now commenting on they're not sure how safe electric vehicles are for the environment. So, that being said, is there really a future in electric? We don't know at this point, but any manufacturer that strictly limits themselves to electric vehicles only could potentially end up killing themselves. What if the government realizes that all these batteries in the country and in the world that are starting to come out in all these vehicles, it becomes a problem? What if somewhere down the line something we're not looking at becomes a problem and we have to go back to good old petroleum? If Ford is only releasing electric vehicles in the next 10 years and that happens, what are they going to do? Work backwards and put out a gasoline engine? I think we're moving too quickly in the electric market. I really do. I think hybrid is definitely the way to go. If you're going to want to go with an electric vehicle, hybrid's better. You can go across the country without having to stop and wait for a 5-hour or 8-hour charge in your car. I'd rather have a Toyota Prius or a Ford Fusion Energy than I would a Tesla, especially for a traveling person. But this video is not about that. I just wanted to go off on that little, explanation or tangent, whatever that may be. But I really look forward to seeing what Ford does with this SUV. Excuse me. I mean, I think That could be epic right there. But like I said many times in this video, it's not going to happen. So we're going to have to hope for this and hope that Ford does something great. I would like to see a Raptor engine in this SUV. I really would, as an alternative to the electric. If it comes out as an electric model only and has a Mustang front end, they're not going to sell worth a crap. That's my opinion. I don't think they're going to sell this SUV at all if it has a Mustang front end and has a boxy rear end and only comes in electric. You might sell a few of them, but it ain't going to go to the market like they think it will. What they need is two versions. One electric, I guess whatever they're doing in that, one electric, and then maybe change the body kit on the vehicle, make it a lot more aggressive, wider tires, put some stuff into it, and put in a Raptor engine or something similar. And make it a sport model or an R model or an ST model. Then we have something to talk about. But if all they're going to do is release some ugly SUV with fully electric power and a front end off a Mustang, ain't nobody buying that. When I say ain't nobody buying it, I don't mean not one soul. I mean they're going to sell a few thousand of them. It's not going to break the bank. They're not going to sell like hotcakes. No one's going to be leaving Dodge or GM to go buy that. Nobody. Okay? And if they do, it'll be very far and few between. It's not what we want. Manufacturers are not listening to what we want. They're just releasing garbage a lot of the time. So we can't really judge. I can't judge the SUVs. I can't see what the hell it looks like underneath that. But based on what we are looking at and what most likely we're going to get based on Ford's track record is a very fugly-ish SUV that has a Mustang front end and is only electric. That's not what we want in America. In any case, the new Jeep Commander, or whatever it is that they're talking about, I think there was like a leak on that. I got to look more into that. It looks ugly as well, and it's basically a three-row Jeep. They should have just extended the Grand Cherokee because whatever it is they have that I've seen online is fugly too. So I have no idea what these manufacturers are doing. I really don't. A lot of people are also talking about the body-on-frame Durango. Bad idea in my opinion. Horrible. It's going to make it heavier and not handle as good. The Suburban and the Tahoe are great with a body-on-frame. They handle great for what they are. They're solid. But if you really want to compete with BMW and Mercedes and Porsche and Lamborghini with all these SUVs that are coming out, like Lamborghini just released an SUV. If you want to compete with all that, you're not going to compete with body-on-frame. I don't care. You can think whatever you want. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You're not going to compete with Mercedes. You're not going to compete with anything out of Germany with a body on frame. You're just not. So anybody who thinks that you're going to, be excited and ecstatic to have a body on frame Durango, you're going to basically have a pickup truck with a body over top. It's going to be heavy. It's not going to handle as good. And sure, it may allow Dodge to produce more of them and sell more of them. But the goal here isn't to be mass-produced and make a ton of money necessarily. We got to make a good product. So if the Durango goes over to body-on-frame, in my opinion, the whole SRT and performance division of Durango is done. Now, that's my opinion on that. This video is not about that. I just figured I would spit that in there because it's related to the SUV market. And I feel like we're really oversaturating ourselves with body-on-frame and electric and all this junk, when what we really need is unibodies that are tuned and have rigid chassis that handle well and are comfortable and lots of room while saving weight and providing good performance at a price that everybody can afford. And it seems like right now the formula for that currently is the Durango, the Trackhawk, the X5M, X3M. Don't forget about Mercedes SUV. The GL Series AMG is great. The problem is that, and of course a new Lamborghini SUV, the problem is that everybody's starting to lean towards body-on-frame and electric and all this crap, and I think it sucks. Hopefully this SUV will be as good as I hope it will, and hopefully there'll be a performance variant of it. I will definitely release another video on this as more information comes out. I will be at the New York Auto Show as many times as I can that week at the end of April, so hopefully we will see this SUV. I really hope we do. I want to thank everybody in here for stopping in. I'm going to look at some comments. Make the V8 Bronco with a 5.0 round headlights. It'll make it look like the 74. They should definitely make it look classy and classic looking. It'll be a flop like the Edge ST. Maybe so. Car batteries could start pulling an Android and combust randomly. Yeah, that's very possible. I wouldn't doubt that. The Angel is still in the works. No new information on that. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. I think Chevy has something planned for the new Blazer. Maybe so. I've heard something about that as well. I can see a performance model coming. Yeah, I can agree that there would have to be. The Jeep Gladiator looks amazing, El Rey. I love that. You know, I don't know, Zach, why they would make the Durango heavier. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. But apparently what they want to do is body on frame. Body on frame is not the answer for the Durango. I don't know if I stand alone on that, but making the Durango 400 pounds heavier and taking away frame rigidity and handling capabilities just doesn't make no sense. You're going to have a slower, less capable Durango. So what, you save a few grand. Who cares? It's just retarded. They should not move away from the unibody on the Durango. That's my opinion. Oh, Jeremy, I did see the fender flares. I did see that. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. And for anybody who sends stuff to me, like I said, the wide body. The Urus is amazing. It looks great. I just was about to bring that up, Jose. Urus looks great. Anything that comes out of Germany looks good, in my opinion. The thing is, I want to support America. The problem is American manufacturers don't have a clue. The only SUV, in my opinion, right now made in America that can even compete with BMW is the Trackhawk. Now, the Durango SUV is up there. It can compete. I don't think the Ford Explorer or the Ford Edge ST has a chance at competing. The Tahoe and the Suburban and the Escalade are all body on frame, and they're heavy as shit. They're great SUVs, but they cannot compete in the German market for handling. You know, there's a lot of guys that love GM and love Ford, but you're not going to convince me or pretty much anybody else otherwise that Ford and GM have nothing that compete with the Urus or the X5M or the X3M. Absolutely nothing at all. The only thing that can compete with that is the Trackhawk and the Durango SRT. Nothing else even comes close, and that's just straight facts. We're talking about the fact that the Trackhawk and Durango are unibodies with high horsepower and have performance suspension. They're oriented for the quarter mile and road coursing with wide tires. You know, if you look at the whole picture, they're the only two SUVs America has. So Dodge is the only one competing with Germany. The only ones on that aspect, at least. And that's just pretty much how it is. Yeah, they're definitely running out of ideas, Chris. There's no doubt about that. Durangos can't handle anyway. Yeah, well, Caleb, I can agree to a certain point. I owned one, and it handled great. In fact, my Durango SRT in track mode would out-handle my mom's Explorer any day of the week. It was a great SUV. It really was. The four-door Mustang sedan seems okay, but the SUV seems like a flop. Alex, I think they both seem like a flop. Four-door Mustang sounds horrible. The SUV sounds horrible until I put this up right here. That looks amazing. So the Ram Dakota is definitely a real thing. Just don't know if it's going to be Ram or Dodge at this point. Not exactly sure. But I don't know. We're going to have to see how things go. I really appreciate everybody stopping in for this video. Check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv. Sign up for a free account. Look up Drive with Demons. You can support me there. You can follow me if you want to subscribe and support the channel over there and more. You can. I got more videos coming on this channel. I got some vlogs and car reviews I got to get up. Lots of things coming for the Red Eye and the Duramax. And as my channel grows even more, guys, I plan on getting more Mopars on the channel. I'd like to get maybe another Charger or possibly the Angel when it comes out, whatever it may be called, or maybe even a Trackhawk. But as the channel grows, we'll get more vehicles on here. So there's more content, more stuff to do. I'm going to be racing the Red Eye all spring. Don't forget to check out my brother's channel. This Can't Be Happening. All lowercase, one word, This Can't Be Happening. And be sure to get your merch. Right here is my hoodie. Drive with Demons. Go to drivewithdemons.com. Get your key tags, hoodies, t-shirts, and more over there. And support the channel at drivewithdemons.com. Thank you so much, everybody who stopped in. I really, really like this SUV. I'm going to close if anyone wants the cliff notes in this video. I wish it would look like that and have a tuned Raptor motor, but it won't. It'll probably more or less look something like this with a Mustang front end and be electric and be an ugly, bubbly box. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But what I do know now is it's going to be a Tesla. It's going to be fully electric, and it's probably not going to look that great. If I didn't say your name in here, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching all my videos. When this video posts to YouTube, be sure to comment comment, watch it again, like, share it with everybody. You guys know the drill. You're the best. We'll see you on the next video. Wish I had more time to chat with you guys, but I do not. I really wish I did, though. But we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for stopping, and you guys are the best. Take care, and have a great weekend, everyone.